Yeah, we're
pulse
just getting this
detonation wave
information.
engines.
Anyway, so Lockheed
okay, we can
Martin
talk it. All right, so you're talking about Lockheed Martin, and then and that's good. And Tom DeLonge, Academy of the Stars, and them leaking information down to several corporations for soft disclosure to people that are not accustomed to working in science or engineering, or we'll just say STEM program: science, technology, energy, and math. How's that, to cover the whole of the bases? So regarding, well, they're still working with what they've got on the planet, methane are gases, right? Turbofans, turbojets, things like that?
No, an aurora repulsor, I will teach you all how an aurora repulsor works, but until you see the photo off of the STARS website, you don't know what I'm talking about. I have to actually show you visuals of what I'm talking about.
We're going to do that real soon here. We're going to be doing visuals.
Yeah, we need to set that up. Yeah. Well, okay.
Right.
So there's various types of engines. Have you worked with them at all, you personally, or you just know or following Tom DeLonge's or Lockheed's work? Are there patents?
I have one contact in Lockheed Martin. He talks to me sparingly. Electrical engineer, very nice guy. Brilliant.
Well, good. So they're doing their best to help in the STEM program for the United States of America. Science, technology, energy, and math, which we do too. And we also encourage women engineers and the children of today to come forth in the high schools to engineering and math and, of course, physics and astrophysics, like Ken Johnston, and administration too. But okay, so how much can you share? So you think that Tom DeLonge, because he had money and he patented his music or copyrighted it all and set up his own company, and he went over to Delaware and then he made one in California, right? So they're going to license and use his stuff. And you're saying that the information coming down from the old CIA guys or the old weird desk that used to work in Washington, the old guys that have retired working with him, did you meet any of them by chance?
No, I've never met.
Or talked to any of them.
Remember, I was working in law. I wasn't working in physics until very recently.
Well, now they're going into entertainment, right?
Well,
we're under educational entertainment.
Those are all the board of directors now. All those Lockheed Martin people are all the board of directors off of the STARS, Academy of Arts and Sciences.
Well, okay. Now, how do you foresee what you're doing? Are you going to come out and do more public speaking, not just radio shows, but?
Oh, I don't know. It just depends on what's being offered to me. Janet came to me. I figured I got to the point where my patents had progressed far enough to where now it was time to go public, but I'm not going to be spending a lot of time doing public appearances. But yeah, I'm open for public appearances.
Okay, well people need to know that. Yeah, because Tom DeLonge is getting well known, but now there's some controversy over who is feeding him information versus Dr. Stephen Greer. Are you familiar with Dr. Stephen Greer's past?
Yes. Yes, I know about Stephen.
Have you crossed paths? Compared to him mentioning Tom DeLonge in one of his Contact in the Desert videos on YouTube, and he talked about Tom DeLonge. Okay, I'll just like your data input. You'll just have to listen to it, and then you could give me your analyst view.
On Stephen or Tom DeLonge? I can give you an opinion on Tom DeLonge and an opinion on Stephen. What do you want to know?
I'd appreciate it. An opinion. Well, just that. Give me an opinion on what they're doing and how they're handling their author's story.
Lockheed Martin likes Tom DeLonge because he doesn't understand what he sees. They can show him things and he can't reverse engineer them because he doesn't have the physics acumen to reverse engineer what he sees. And they're using him to promote their new companies. They have different companies that they're trying to bring down the technology to the public. brings out some.
Now, what about Dr. Stephen Greer? How do you follow his author's path?
He's been for a long time. He's been trying to get the United States military to disclose the secret space program and the technology for many years. He keeps doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm sorry. He really is doing that. He really is trying to get it done, and he has had a limited amount of success. And, he'll keep doing it. He still wants to keep doing it, and that's good. But he can't. He isn't able to bring up the technology because he doesn't know the technology. He's not a physicist or an electrical engineer, and he doesn't have any money on his own in his own rights, and he's not connected up with anybody with money, so he can't personally bring out the technology.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Now, you had mentioned Randy Kramer earlier, and I was going to let you talk. And how about Corey Good, Emery Smith? Opinions?
Emery Smith.
Observations?
Emery Smith was really in the program, and he really did 3,000 autopsies of different aliens. Corey Good was definitely an empath in the program, and almost everything Corey says is absolutely true about the program and his experiences in the program. So it's very good to listen to him because he really tells quite a lot, gives a lot of information about the reality of what the secret space program is and what's been going on. Corey Good's my understanding is Corey Good was limited to this solar system. His work was all involved in the solar system. He didn't get to go out of the solar system. And the same thing with they don't really want you to meet personnel who have been out and about throughout the galaxy yet. Like with my group, the people that I served with. Randy was a super soldier, a Marine. Let's see what the Marine Defense Forces, and he also in his last few years was a pilot, and he actually engaged at the Battle of Ganymede, where we chased the Greys out of our solar system. We took over the Ganymede Gate. Ganymede portal is the portal that goes from this solar system to the next galaxy. It's the galaxy to galaxy gate, which is why the Greys didn't want to give it up. And we have that now under our control. We chased the Greys out of our solar system. And Randy did engage in that battle. He flew and fought in that battle.
So they're talking only at a very local level in this galaxy, Milky Way galaxy?
Randy only served... No. Randy only served in this solar system.
Whoa, really? So everybody that's being briefed is only on this solar system?
Well, no, they
speakers
serve only in this solar system. Randy only served in this solar system. He knows of people who served out of this solar system, but Randy himself was Mars Defense Force, and he served only in this solar system.
And now there's controversy.
Corey Good is only in this solar system, correct?
Corey said he only served in this solar system.
So
now, where did you serve?
Yeah.
No, I didn't
serve at that
cruiser. I served on a cruiser throughout the galaxy, but that's neither here nor there. Randy and Corey know a lot more than I do. I mean, when we were isolated, we didn't get to meet other personnel. We were in battle, and we didn't even get to talk to our scientists. We were just warriors, fought battle.
Well, heck, I don't understand because
he's like Russ Kellett, TJ.
Oh, Russ Kellett. Now, Brett Shepard's not in that. Just Russ Kellett.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
Just Brett Shepard is at that level. Brett Shepard doesn't go. No, he's another level. Now we're talking about the people that are really in the secret space program, and so that there's
local
victim level.
They're just local. Okay.
Right. And there's people that have
served
in this galaxy.
They've been allowed to get a lot of their memories back, and they've associated with a lot of other personnel. I mean, Randy was allowed to serve at the what do they call that? That space station of Saturn, where everybody does commerce.
Right.
And Randy got to serve there, which means he got to meet a lot of people. I didn't get to meet anybody. All people.
Well,
where
did you work?
Battle with. I fought. I was a super soldier, and I killed people. That's what they had me do. I was a super soldier.
But
I didn't get
where?
to talk to people. I was doing battle with them throughout the galaxy.
This galaxy, Milky Way galaxy. Because I worked outside the galaxy.
Well, I've been there too.
Work, TJ? Mm-hmm.
I served, I served Universal, and then I answered from the Allied Command to the Supreme Allied Command, and they answered what you would say. All right, so the Allied Command is galaxy to galaxy, and the Supreme Allied, they run the, they use the in and out. You would say Sixth Force. They run that. So the like the 5-star generals that serve and all that, they serve once they're through the 5 stars, and that's where Tom was trying to explain, but I don't think people understood it in the past ET radio shows. My husband's passed over, but he's not really, because we're immortals. So it's like super soldiers meet Thor and Hercules, and all, and so it's like 3D reality meets 5D reality, and Stan Lee knew this, and he was looking for people, So what happened is we worked in the universe. It's a universal level. It's above Milky Way galaxy, and when we worked, and I was out there with, let's say, I hate to say names, but Andromeda Galaxy is the place that people use for the closest, where it's going to one day be one and the same here. But the people that I worked with were in between universes and then the multi and the meta and on up to the omniverse. But remember, there's 6th and 7th above the omniverse. So most people can't even grasp that yet. So this is low-level intel, and that Corey and Emery and all of them were using. And so after, I guess where you were working, the Universal, we had to use wormhole technology, but we steered clear of the black holes. And when I wrote a paper back in that was accepted inside cyberspace, China picked it up and put it in their university. So I'm cited for starting the dot theory, based on the fact that you have to start somewhere. So that's how I got into the internet, cyberspace, and then writing for UFO Digest. But I was writing different levels of my ego. So I had the commander level with Tom for UFO Digest, and I was talking quantum physics and the theory of everything at I don't even know what level, because China picked it up faster than anybody else did. But the dot theory, I guess that would be on the planet, they call it. Well, it's in cosmology. I don't know, I wrote knowing cosmology. So basically, there's still a lot more to come. But remember when Alfred interviewed me and then took it down because of Jim Mars and coming out with the Kennedy story and all of that? But he's staying in contact with me under the UFO SecretSpace and all the stuff I'm doing under Ufology 101. So he wants to be involved in the omniverse level, Janet, with how to explain energy. So I don't know how Dan's going to help us. But Dan, what you can help us do is I can help at the higher levels than where you've worked. But universally, people just still don't understand wormhole technology. And you're talking with people still 3D reality here, and
we're dealing with.
So what we're doing is trying to help people understand how all of this works, and I did understand about Tesla and Einstein, I really did, but where you're bringing in wormhole technology, and some of the wormholes at our level was we were trying to explain to people that we could know where they were going to generate in what you call, it's manifesting, but they will shut down. So they cut some of our ships, some of our huge ships that go in and out of the wormholes. It shut down, and when they start shutting down, they would tear up some of the craft. I don't know any other way to say it, craft. So
you're saying, like,
how do you say
in
it?
the wormhole, they get stuck in the wormhole and break apart. Is that what you're saying?
No, it starts collapsing. We know where they're going to be according to what we use, but we don't know how long they're going to stay open. So this was one of the problems. And then the other thing